Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we take your source material and transform it into instantly usable knowledge.
Today, we're getting into something that seems simple, but I think it causes a lot of anxiety for English learners.
Oh yeah, the exit.
The exit. How to end a conversation without it feeling, awkward.
It's that moment, isn't it, where you're sort of looking for the conversational escape hatch.
Exactly. You know you need to go, but you don't want to sound rude or abrupt.
Right. So the mission for this deep dive is to give you a really specific toolkit. We're talking ready-to-use phrases and strategies so you can stop those clunky endings.
And start exiting any kind of chat, any phone call with smoothness and confidence. We want to get you beyond just saying goodbye.
We're decoding the signals, the little transition phrases that native speakers use all the time without even thinking about it. Okay, let's unpack this.
So the fundamental problem, the reason ending a conversation is so hard, is that you're balancing two competing needs.
Okay, what are they?
You need to be friendly and polite, right? But you also need to be efficient. You have to leave.
And if you get that balance wrong,
That's when it gets awkward. The conversation stalls, or worse, you sound cold.
which is why that really sudden ending is so jarring. If you just stop and say, okay, bye, it feels like a shutdown.
It completely breaks the social contract. And our sources show that native speakers, they don't do that. They use what we call softening phrases.
Softening phrases.
Yeah.
Or transition phrases.
Exactly. They're these little signals you send out before the actual farewell. It's like you're slowing the car down before you hit the brakes.
Let's compare them. So the cold way is just,
Okay, bye.
right, but the smooth way.
The smooth way would be something like, all right, I'll let you go, or anyway, I should get going.
That one little phrase beforehand changes everything.
It reframes the entire exit. Okay, let's dig into that one phrase you just mentioned. I'll let you go. Because what if I'm the one who needs to leave? Isn't it a little insincere to say I'm letting you go? That is a brilliant question. It gets right to the heart of English politeness.
Because it feels like a little white lie.
It is, but it's not about literal honesty. It's about minimizing social risk. By saying, I'll let you go, you're making it about their time. You're framing your departure as a favor to them.
So I'm not saying I'm bored and I'm leaving. I'm saying I value your time and I don't want to take up any more of it.
Precisely. It transforms the exit from a rejection into an act of consideration.
It's a social shield. That's really clever. Okay, so let's get practical. How do these phrases change in different situations, like in person versus on the phone?
Yeah, let's start with the one where you genuinely have to leave. Like right now. You've got an appointment or something.
You need to be polite, but you also need to be clear.
Right. So the source material gives us a few really solid options. The first one is maybe the most common. All right, I should get going.
Yeah.
Simple, direct. Everyone understands that. Then there's the one that uses that social shield we just talked about. Anyway, I'll let you get back to your day. That one feels a little more professional, maybe.
I think so, yeah. Great if you bump into a colleague. And then if you've been chatting for a little while, you could say, I don't want to keep you, so I'll head out.
What I notice about all of those is that they're not super apologetic. They're just courteous statements.
They're firm enough to end the chat, but friendly enough to maintain the connection.
Okay, what about the other scenario? The one where nobody's in a rush, but the conversation is just kind of winding down naturally.
This is where you can use what I'd call meta statements. You're basically commenting on the conversation itself to close it.
Like putting a ribbon on it.
Exactly. You might say something like, well, it was great catching up. Or if you're making plans, all right, cool. I think that's everything then. And you can't talk about ending a conversation without talking about one tiny but really powerful word.
Oh, I know which one you mean. Anyway.
Anyway. It's like a conversational gear shift.
It is. The moment you say, anyway, with that little pause, you're signaling to the other person, okay, we're wrapping up now.
It's so flexible, too. You can just say, anyway,
Yeah.
I should get going.
Or you can use it to pivot. Anyway, it was great to see you. It's this beautiful, non-aggressive way to signal finality.
Okay, so let's pivot ourselves to phone calls. This is a big one. You have no body language, no nonverbal cues.
None. The words have to do all the work to avoid that sudden dead silence when one person hangs up.
So the phrases need to be even smoother.
And they tend to focus even more on the other person's time. Like, all right, I won't keep you. We keep coming back to that theme, don't we?
Protecting their schedule.
Or if it's a work call, maybe, okay, I'll talk to you later. And with a friend, I hear this one all the time. Sounds good. I'll let you go. It confirms everything's fine. And now we're moving to the close.
But then you get that classic phone call ritual.
Yeah.
The The double goodbye.
Oh, the double goodbye is unavoidable. It's proof that even native speakers find endings a bit awkward.
Right. You say, okay, talk soon, but then you're not done.
No. Then you go back and forth for another 30 seconds. Bye. See ya. You too. Bye. Bye-bye.
It's like a verbal hug before you hang up. It just softens the final click.
Totally. If you want to sound native, you have to embrace the double goodbye.
So once you've done that transition, you need the actual farewell.
Yeah.
And goodbye can feel a little stiff.
Way too stiff sometimes. So this is where you pull out the casual, friendly options.
Like catch you later. That's very high energy.
Very informal. Or a bit calmer. Talk soon.
And my personal favorite, take care.
Take care is fantastic. It's so versatile. It's warm. It's polite. Works with almost anyone.
But all of this, if we're talking about American English specifically, there's one phrase that you just hear everywhere.
Oh, yes. Have a good one.
Have a good one. It's the ultimate default exit.
It's so safe. It's friendly, but not too emotional. It works any time of day for any situation. It's perfect.
Now, what if you're speaking to someone from the UK? You might hear some different things.
Absolutely. You'll hear cheers, mate, a lot, which in this context is kind of like thanks and bye, all rolled into one.
Or sometimes a longer version, like, all right, see you later then.
That little then at the end is very British. Gives it a certain rhythm.
And these are good to recognize. What about texting? It's a whole different world, but you still need to end the conversation. You can't just vanish.
No, you can't just ghost them, especially if you're in the middle of a back and forth. You have to signal that the chat is pausing.
Usually by giving a quick reason.
Yeah, something simple like, okay, I'm going to get back to work, or gotta run, talk later.
And if it was just a nice chat, something like, thanks for the chat, works well.
It does. But the one that our sources highlight as being super native is when people use a spoken phrase in a text.
You mean?
Anyway, I'll let you go.
Using that in a text message.
Yes. It works perfectly. It still does that job of politely releasing the other person from the conversation, even though you're just typing.
It's the digital buffer zone.
Yeah.
Okay, before we wrap up, we have to talk about the mistakes to avoid. The big pitfalls.
Number one is the one we started with. The sudden stop.
The, okay, bye, bomb. Don't do it. It just sounds cold or like you were annoyed.
Avoid it. The second mistake is kind of the opposite problem, over-apologizing.
Yes. Learners often think that being more formal means being more polite.
Right. So you get these very stiff phrases like, I'm very sorry, but I must depart now.
Which sounds like you're in a historical drama.
Exactly. It's way too formal for almost any conversation. The fix for both of these mistakes is just to use those casual softeners.
Just start with, all right then, or, well, anyway.
And then your exit statement, I should probably get going. That's all you need.
It provides that necessary ramp down. So let's pull this all together. Let's give you a core set of phrases to practice until they're just muscle memory.
If you can really internalize these, your conversations will feel so much more natural. Okay, so the first one. Anyway, I should get going.
All right, I'll let you go. For after a good conversation, it was great talking with you. Hey! And finally, the classic friendly default, talk soon.
Practice those, just those 4, and your conversational flow will improve, 100%.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. It's a small part of the language, but mastering it really makes a huge difference.
Before we leave you, though, there's a bigger idea here. We kept coming back to phrases like, I'll let you go, or I don't want to keep you.
Right. The ones that frame your exit as a favor to the other person.
So what does that tell us? What's the deeper cultural meaning behind that?
Well, think about it. Why is that the default politeness mechanism in English? It reveals this really ingrained cultural value on efficiency and a mutual respect for personal time.
The exit isn't just about saying bye. It's a performance of consideration.
It is. You're performing the role of the person who is being mindful of the other's schedule, even if you're the one in a rush.
That's fascinating. The exit is an act of social deference.
That's the underlying code. And that's what you should listen for now in conversations all around you. See if you can spot it.
A great thought to take with you. Listen for those signals, and we encourage you to keep exploring future deep dives.
Talk soon.